Belmo, Pan, Santa Elena, San Ignacio, Benque Viejo, buenos días. Y San José Socots, Tangriga, Punta Gorda. Good morning. Y también estamos transmitiendo en vivo desde la torre, aquí en la calle San Lorenzo. Es un servicio gratuito, especial, que de parte de los dueños y la gerencia de esta estación de televisión, para la gente que vive en el norte del país. Perdón. No tienes que pagar nada, como dije, es gratuito. Y nuestra transmisión durante durante la semana es de lunes a viernes, de las 6:30 aproximadamente, 6:15, hasta las 11 de la noche. En el fin de semana ha corrido todo fin de semana. Buenos días, si nos acabas de sintonizar, las 7:04. Un gran gusto poder estar con ustedes hoy por la mañana. Como siempre, le damos inicio a este programa con una oración, porque, y no creas que soy el gran santolón. No solo la gente buena debe de orar, la gente también común y corriente como nosotros también tenemos que orar, porque quizás somos los que más lo necesitamos. Te invito a unirte conmigo, porque, bueno, tú sabes quién eres, a reconocer un poder superior, a darle las gracias a nuestro Creador por este poder superior, por todo lo que nos da, y a pedirle también que nos guíe y que nos ayude, no solo en tiempo cuando necesitamos, estamos, oh Dios mío, ayúdame, y persinándote y bendiciéndote 100,000 veces. Y muchas veces me da la impresión como si, por ser forzada la situación, de que no estamos el 100% convencidos de ello. Pero si crecemos en la fe, cada día dándole gracias, cada día reconociendo, cada día pidiendo, cada día teniendo contacto, entonces esa fe perdura, y esa fe va a ir muy, muy largo, va a ir mucho para lograr ese contacto con este Creador. Te pido que te unas conmigo a decir: Padre mío, en este día me acerco hasta ti para darte gracias por todas tus bendiciones que me brindas. Me das la vida, salud, las fuerzas. Tú eres mi amigo, tú eres mi proveedor, tú provees por mí en todo aspecto. Tú siempre me das, incluso me das más de lo que necesito. Por favor, dame el valor para afrontar los momentos difíciles. Enséñame cada día el valor de la fe. Ayúdame a recordar que tú eres el capitán de mi vida, y que después de toda tormenta siempre llegará la calma. Gracias, Padre, por escuchar mi oración y reconfortar mis angustias. A este momento, Padre, te pido que confortes a las personas que recién han perdido un ser querido, que han tenido graves pérdidas. Perdón. A la familia Novelo. Confórtanos, Padre. También que el niño de 4 años, ayúdalo, confórtalo, porque estará muy traumado, Padre. También te pido por todos nosotros, por que tengamos un día exitoso, sin olvidar a todos los enfermos y todos los viejitos y todos los niños desamparados. Padre, te bendecimos, te glorificamos y te bendecimos siempre. Amén. Good morning. If you've just joined us, it's exactly 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. A beautiful morning here. When I got up this morning and I looked up, I saw that essentially the skies were clear. There was not a cloud to be seen in the sky. And obviously I understand that yes, it's that time of the morning when clouds have not begun to form yet, because it's not as hot, and there is no a formation of clouds at that early moment. But it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dawn. Mainly fair conditions will continue to dominate our weather. Exactly what the word fair means is left to be seen, but fair, I guess, in this instance means not too good, not too bad. Fair. Mostly sunny skies today and partly cloudy skies tonight. Showers will be isolated today with a few showers or isolated thunderstorms, mostly over southern areas, and that will be tonight. The winds blowing from the east at 5 to 15 knots. Pardon. Sea state light chop. Temperatures along the coast, 88 as a high, 82 as a low. Inland, wow, we're going up to 95 degrees Fahrenheit and 75 degrees as a low. In the hills, 84 degrees Fahrenheit as a high and 70 as a low. There are no advisories in place. I just want to quickly tell you that if you go into the Atlantic to the National Hurricane Center, and you'll notice that there is nothing absolutely that poses a threat. Nothing that poses a threat to us. At the moment, yes, there is a formation, there is a tropical storm in the open Atlantic, poised to come not exactly west, is going mostly northwest, but I think this one is going above the islands. So, and then there's tropical depression number 2 that is sticking around the Louisiana area. So, at the moment, there is no threat, none whatsoever. I'm looking at the picture right now. So, but just to remind you that we have to be very vigilant, because, well, we're smack into the hurricane season. Today is 11th of July, and we should be seeing some activity. The outlook for tomorrow, Friday, and Friday night is for continuing mainly fair weather with isolated showers or isolated thunderstorms, mostly over southern areas. A low tide this afternoon at 12:22. A high tide this evening at 6:55. A second low tide at 11:44 tonight, and the second high tide at 6:09 tomorrow morning. The sun rose this morning at 5:25, and the sun sets this evening at 6:31. It's still stuck at 6:31, but it will change to 6:32 very, very, very shortly. The moon rises this afternoon at 5 minutes after 2, and the moon sets tomorrow morning at 1:51. Thank you, forecaster Michael Gentle. Perdón. Buenos días, aquí les va el reporte del estado del tiempo para hoy, jueves 11 de julio. A propósito, si estás cumpleaños, te deseamos todo lo mejor. Que la pases de maravilla, que la pases muy, 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 muy bien. Situación general, buen tiempo. Va a seguir controlando nuestro clima aquí. Es más, ni lluvioso, ni muy seco, así que condiciones, buenas condiciones, generalmente buenas condiciones, pero algo calurosas, así que para el siguiente 24 horas, soleado durante el curso del día hoy, parcialmente nublado por la noche. Vamos a estar viendo chubascos aislados, con algunos chubascos o tormentas aisladas, más que nada sobre la sección sur del país. Los vientos del este 5 a 15 nudos, el estado del mar ligeramente agitado. Temperaturas por la costa 88 como una máxima, 82 como una mínima. En el interior 95. Sí, 95 como una máxima y 75 como una mínima. Por las colinas 84 como una máxima y 70 como una mínima. No hay advertencias en lugar. Recordándoles de que sí hay un mal tiempo cerca de los Estados Unidos, pero eso está puesto para entrar a el país de los Estados Unidos. no está puesto para bajarse de ahí, aquí no enteramente. Y también hay que empezar a fijarse del Atlántico porque ya hay una cantidad de actividad, pero está puesto para ir sobre las islas. Así que no aquí de Belice, sino ir más al norte del Caribe. Y vamos a ver aquí, ¿qué se espera mañana viernes y viernes por la noche? Esencialmente las mismas condiciones, con buen tiempo, chubascos aislados, tormentas aisladas, más que nada sobre la porción sur del país. Una marea alta a las 12:22, mediodía, una alta a las 6:55 por la noche, otra baja a las 11:44 por la noche y otra alta a las 6:09 mañana temprano. El sol salió hoy a las 5:25, el sol se oculta a las 6:31 y la luna sale a las 2:05 hoy por la tarde y se oculta a las 1:51 mañana por la madrugada. Muchas gracias, forecaster Michael Gentle. Las 7:14. Antes que veamos a la pausa, agradeciendo a nuestros patrocinadores, como siempre nos apoyan, German Vega Sons, muchas gracias. Vegas Imports, Vega Distributors del Benque, también Digi, la empresa Digi, BTL, como BTL, Government of Belize Information Service, Belize Tourist Board, las tiendas ENR, Referendum Unit, Gillette's Meat Shop. Compañeros, hoy vamos a tener invitados y debe ser bastante interesante porque no sé si has escuchado la palabra antropología. Pues dentro del ramo de antropología existe un estudio que se llama etnografía. Y hoy tendremos a unos etnógrafos estudiando esencialmente lo que hacen. Ellos vienen a un país y estudian las costumbres de la gente. ¿Ok? Te preguntarás, bueno, ¿y por qué lo hacen? ¿Con qué fin? Pues eso es lo que vamos a preguntarle a estos etnógrafos. Esto es en consulta con Institute for Social and Cultural Research de NICH, y debe ser súper interesante porque ahora estaremos hablando acerca de lo que nos hace hace diferente a los demás. ¿Qué es lo que hace a los garífuna diferente, a los criollos, que lo hace diferente a los mestizos, a los hispanos, a los ladinos? Bueno, el fin es un estudio de cultura y vamos a tener a estas personas tan pronto a las 7:30, 7:45, que estarán con nosotros. Mientras tanto, vamos a una pausa y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes luego de esos anuncios.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. DigiNet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, DigiNet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by DigiNet. DigiNet Boost, now available countrywide.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillett's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
6 cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Every friendly competition has a winner and a loser, a runner-up, a second best, someone that just doesn't have what it takes. Our friends know this feeling all too well. Since Digi introduced their new prepaid data plans, Digi fans have been happier than ever. While the other guys, their plans just can't even compare. Digi's new plans have the best value for your dollar. That's more data for less money, with even more options. So keep being a winner and keep living your best life with Digi.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a Kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una.
Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el...
¿Balancín? Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Rush France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado, German Vega & Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Rush France.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 21 minutes after 7 o'clock. Please join me in welcoming at this moment our good friend, Mr. Robert Checky Usher. Good morning, Chex.
Morning, Ba.
How you doing?
Boy, good.
I'm glad for the boy and I'm glad for the good.
I wish that many people will do good like how some people feel like they do good. You know, kind of feel like
Well, mistake, right? I know. But a lot of people justify it. But they don't want to bother you with their ailments and tell you big. So the quickest way out is very simply to tell you, I'm doing good.
Yeah, true. Okay?
Because in the first place, they figure that you don't want to hear
my business.
Your business. So they go like, good man.
That's why some...
Y les está llevando la, ya sabes qué, pero they're good.
Yeah, some people say that I not complain because when I complain, people are getting on my business. So I don't complain about nothing.
Well, not only that, right? But because people do get into your business, but there was one businessman who said, "Boy, if I would tell you, you wouldn't understand, and if you would understand, you couldn't help me. So why bother tell you?
You can't make one difference, as you.
You know. So why bother tell you?"
Yeah, Mr. Martinez. This Saturday is the examination for police, and right here in Orange Walk at Muffles College, and in Corozal at the Corozal Community College. But what happened is there is information that they would like us to share with them, is that let me see. Okay, that they need identification, to take a social security card or a valid Belize driver's license.
I want to pause at that moment and ask, who are the ones who are going to sit the exam? Are they all the people who applied, or will that has already been will results of those of that application been vetted, and they're only asking some of them to apply?
I was made to understand that your information is on the application form. So if they see anything that is not too right, they give you a call and have an interview with you and see if corrections can be done, or they will tell you, what, well, you cannot sit the exam.
So automatically, all those people who applied will sit the exam.
Right, all of them will sit the exam. It's this Saturday. Yeah, it's this Saturday, 8 o'clock, sharp. Muffles College in Orange Walk and Corozal Community
What
College.
time?
8.
8.
I remember.
And what if I go ragamuffin style?
In our work.
In our work.
Because you have to show that. What I said about the first impression is what?
A lasting impression.
All right. So, and remember, you need to dress good. You need to carry 2 pens. You need to carry a writing pad. And eat before you go. And you can carry a bottle of water. No cell phones, no calculator will be allowed in the room. So if you have applied last week Friday, if you put in a police
So what you
record,
do with your cell phone, just stick it in your pocket and turn it off and stick it in your pocket.
yeah, I believe so.
Because you said not allowed in the room.
Yeah, not allowed in the room.
So yes, you can turn it off.
Yeah, or maybe they have lockers.
Maybe they have lockers.
Yeah, because it's like starting with discipline. Discipline, because just like when they got a workplace where person's got the lockers, and when they go there, so their phone go in the lockers, and they have some other place where they don't have it, they'll sit there behind some of the shelf there, the thief chance, because some people just can't do without it. So, Emmanuel, you could please put that information in Espanol for people who understand exactly what's on for this Saturday.
Claro que sí. Claro que sí. Esto es información extra. Si es que eres una de las personas que aplicaste para la posición de policía en el Recruit 94, en el esfuerzo Recruit 94. A este punto ya entregaste tu papeleo, y el sábado entonces es el día para la examinación. Es más, las personas que automáticamente entregaron sus papeleos automáticamente sientan el examen. Se sientan para el examen. A menos de que te hayan llamado y dicho, ¿sabes qué? No te preocupes. No te preocupes porque aquí hay algo mal y no nos gustaría tenerte, o no pudieras estar aquí con nosotros, lo siento. Si tienes un récord largo, obvio que no te van a permitir. Es obvio.
Yeah.
¿Ok? Pero cuando llegues debes de haber ya desayunado, y uno de los requisitos que viene muy en claro es de que debes de ir bien vestido o bien vestida. Y con eso quiero decir bien vestido. No excepciones. ¿Ok? No pienses que puedes ir con una playera y pantaloncitos cortos y tus tenis destrincados. No te van a aceptar. No sé si es ley nueva o no, pero exige la policía, el comandante, de que exista una ética cuando se trata de vestuario, de ropa. La gente tiene que ir a aprender a cuando les dices bien vestido. No espero que vayas con chaleco y fluffy y todo eso, no. Una camisa, un pantalón, tu cinturón, tus zapatos, tus tenis bien trincados, bien. ¿Ok? Perfecto. Pero tratar de impresionar es lo que tratan de hacer. Ok, luego de eso, recordarte que quizás se te pida que tu celular lo apagues o que lo entregues, porque no se va a permitir celular contigo ese momento del examen. Esas son las instrucciones que llegamos a saber. No puedes tener ni calculadora contigo. Me imagino que cuando ya haya terminado estoy seguro, cuando haya terminado el examen, puedes recoger tu examen, tu celular de la mesa principal y no hay problema. Y luego entonces todo lo que te queda es esperar para los resultados.
Yep, and they need to enter in the exam, they need to present their identification card.
Tienes que también presentar una tarjeta de identificación al entrar al lugar. Así que cuando tú entres, primero que te piden que lo tienes que tú presentar es tu tarjeta de identificación, cualquiera que tengas. No llegues ahí y digas, ay, no tengo ninguno, o no sé, o se me olvidó, lo dejé en yo clic. Lo siento. Aprender y te están vigilando. A ver qué responsable eres. Simple. Te están poniendo exigencias para saber, para que des cuenta si es que estás acatando todo esto. ¿Ok? Así que desde viernes por la noche pones tu tarjeta en tu bolsa y dices, de aquí no me sale esto hasta el sábado para presentarlo. Recuérdate, tienes que presentar tu tarjeta de identificación.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez.
Por nada.
Yeah, yesterday postmortem examination was conducted on the body of Yanira Novello de la Rosa. At the conclusion, the cause of death was certified as due to manual strangulation and neck injury.
Couldn't choke.
Yeah. Choke her to death.
So she was not stabbed.
Well, according to what came in from the police press office, no? Mm-hmm. This is what they're saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was choked to death. Okay.
Yeah, and we know that story. But Emmanuel, you know something very disturbing that happened with human trafficking right here in Belize, that they caught some persons from Honduras around the let's hello, good morning, SugarCity MorningShow.
Good morning. First of all, my most sincere condolences to the family of the young lady that was murdered.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's a shame to hear her being in Belize. I mean, here in Orange Walk, we thought we were almost free of this incident. But, you know, I was watching the news and reading some newspapers, and there are some ticklish concerns in the news. The Prime Minister had a press conference yesterday wanting to clear the Belize government's position on the sanctuary base situation. You know, as a layman, I want to ask myself and ask the public Didn't the Prime Minister know that this was happening? I mean, it is a vast amount of land that was sold. A big piece of land that was sold. Where are the people in charge of saying that this land is being sold? Where is this money coming in? Didn't central bank know that this amount of money was coming in because of land transactions? You know, there's many questions that were not asked in the press conference that were not answered, and we need to look into it. I mean, it's a big investment, $100 million investment, and the Prime Minister didn't know this thing was happening. The central bank didn't know this amount of money was being pumped into our country. That sounds really foolish for a government not to know what's happening. Someone in Lands Department had to know who was purchasing this land. Is Belizeans involved in it? There must be Belizeans involved in it to get this amount of land being sold to these foreigners.
And it can't be one person.
And it can't be one person. It has to be more than one person, and it has to be people in high-ranking positions in government to be doing these transactions. This needs to be looked into, right? This needs to be looked into. It happened already in the past administration with some land, right? So it needs to be looked into, man. We're being taken for fools. And we're not stupid people. Our literacy in Belize is very low. We are smart people, but we're downright slow to digest these things. That's one. Two, you have this Colombian or this cartel man that was killed in Chetumal. The Mexican newspaper says that he had a Belizean passport and a Guatemalan passport. I don't care about the Guatemalan passport. I care about the Belizean passport. The Belize government need to ask, our embassy need to ask the Mexican government to give us that passport, because it is the property of the Belize government. And we were supposed to make an investigation, see who gave this man this passport, how he got it. No, our government, again, are taking us for fools. We are not foolish people. We are smart people. But our government take us for fools, and they look more foolish than we do, because we are analyzing the situation. And we can see we know what can be done.
Yeah, but also
government are just sitting on their hands.
Yeah, but also, Carla, you know that the immigration department was supposed to come out and make a statement or a press conference about this as well, no?
Mr. Checking, we have a passport scandal where Citizen King got a passport when he was in China. They had an inquiry for the past 3 years. And what happened to this investigation? It's been 3 years. We haven't heard one thing about this thing. Nothing.
Yes.
Again, the government is taking us for fools, and they look more stupid than us, because they think that they want to cover the sun with a finger, and we are seeing the sun through their fingers. Right? They are covering something. The government is covering something, or more than one thing. Right?
Yes.
So we need to open our eyes, Belizeans, not as PUP or UDP, as Belizeans. Let us be patriotic and clamor to our government. Get these things solved. That's what we need to do as Belizeans, not as party politics. We don't play party politics in this thing. It's our country. It's our patrimony they're selling, their passports. Right?
Thank you, sir.
They're selling to foreigners. Right? And our government, again, I say it again, I'll repeat again. We are not stupid people. We are smart people. Our literacy is very low here in Belize. So we are smart, we can read, and we can understand what's happening. But our government are taking us for fools. Thank you very much.
Yeah, maybe that's one of the reasons, to Emmanuel, why some medias were reporting, not on their news, but on their Facebook page prior to the news, that they thought it was somebody from Belize, because that person had a Belize passport, because it was going strong on social media.
I have some comments there. And I think that from the moment that piece of news came out, about a week ago.
Yeah, sometime like, yeah.
We realized that, that passport, we needed to find out the origin, how come this blasted man has a Belize passport. And I think that I even mentioned it on this show. Mm-hmm. And I said to myself, we need to find out. I do believe, sir, that as protocol, one of the first things that the ambassador or the whoever is in charge of the embassy in Mexico, the first thing that they do is to go to Ministry to Relaciones Exteriores and to people and to the relevant authorities in Mexico and request that passport. That, I believe, sir, has already been done. They have requested. No, we don't hear nothing about it. I agree. And that is what leads us to make assumptions of our own. Because they must be busy checking to see who got it and who is responsible. And if it is within this regime, then they will try to shut it down. Simple. Because that's the way they will want to do it. But if it's gotten from the previous administration, they'll try to make a big deal out of it. And they tell you the way I see it, and I think that's the way it's going to happen. But that it has been requested, it has been requested.
Yeah, a text message.
Because it belongs to the government of Belize, not to the person.
Yeah, and somebody sent a text message say Czechs, Belizeans are too passive and Pacific criminals are getting away free.
Pacific is one thing. Being Pacific is una cosa.
Yeah.
But to take on an attitude of conformismo, what's the word in English? Que ser conformista. Se murió Doña Juana, se murió su esposo, está bien, Se cayó la casa, está bien. Eso es conformismo. ¿Okay? No te importa. Eso no es ser pacífico. Es conformismo. Y eso es lo que nos está jodiendo aquí. Somos conformistas. Vino el inglés, sacó todo lo de nosotros. Siguen viniendo otras personas aquí a Belice a tomar lo mejor de Belice. Y el beliceño sigue con la boca abierta preguntando, ¿y qué pasó? Cuando nosotros debemos estar enfrente de la pelea. Enfrente, al frente. Pero, por nuestra forma de pensar, no sé si es colonialista o qué, no lo sé. No lo he podido entender. Pero somos conformistas de la madre.
Yeah. Mr. Martinez, we know that the caller asked about the press conference with the Prime Minister yesterday, but we will touch that later on in the show if we get time, because we have some guests here, and we need to bring them on. And I believe they will be here until 8:30, and then we go to that. So let's go on a break.
Yes, let's go on a break. Es exactamente las 7:41 y vamos rápidamente a una pausa. Tenemos los invitados ya en casa, así que vamos directamente a esta pausa.
Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking, plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Residents of Dangriga now have their very own brand new modernized multi-purpose complex, compliments of the Government of Belize. This $3.5 million investment in the cultural capital will host sporting events, cultural events, and shows, and can double as a hurricane shelter. Features include seating for 1,000, a fully FIBA certified wooden court, locker rooms with full bathrooms, a stage and changing rooms backstage, concession stands, office space, and ample parking. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Boy, I'm late again. What? Done ain't there yet? No time to sleep then.
Ugh, where'd I put my license? What? More cash? Yes.
Oh my god, that's a huge slice. More for me.
Morning.
Who doesn't love having more of your favorite things?
Start off your morning right.
With Digicel's new prepaid data plans, you get more data to do more of the things you love. That's more chats, more snaps, more surfing, more videos, more everything. So go ahead, live your best life with Digi. Whatever that may be.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 13 minutes before 8 o'clock. And it is my privilege at this moment to say good morning and welcome immediately to my left. I'd like to say good morning and welcome to Mr. Professor Douglas Hume, who is the Professor of Anthropology at the Northern Kentucky University. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show. To my left, I'd like to say good morning to Mr. Rolando Cocom, who is the Research and Education Officer at the Institute of Social and Cultural Research at NIST. Did I say it right?
That's correct.
Good
Buenos
morning and
dias.
welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you doing?
We're doing fine.
How are you doing?
I already had
Did you travel to get here, or are you based in Orange?
I traveled this morning and I already had my
fair share of tacos. Damn. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great.
Did you travel this morning?
We're staying in Orange Walk Town, so not
Staying in
very
Orange
far.
Walk. One of the questions that are going to be popping up is why Orange Walk Town? Because it's okay. You are in charge of the entire project and about the ethnographic field school. First of all, I'd like you to quickly tell us what in the world is ethnography?
Ethnography is a methodology. It has its home in anthropology, but there's other disciplines like sociology, sometimes history, and some other disciplines that also do.
Can I just quickly say it's a study of the culture of the people?
It is, but it's done in a particular way. So instead of us making up questions back in our office and going out and asking, do you agree with this? We start with very open-ended questions and say, can you tell us, for example, about sugarcane farming? Because we don't know anything. So we start by asking very general questions, and then from what they tell us, then we build questions from that. So it's very kind of bottom-up research rather than top-down.
Okay. Now, Rolando, what does NICH have to do with all of this?
So, as one of the departments of NICH, the Institute for Social and Cultural Research has responsibility to regulate, to collect information on Belize, particularly in areas such as history, anthropology, and other social sciences. And so we have the task to review applicants who come to Belize to conduct research, especially if they are to have interviews with Belizeans. We are tasked to review those research applications and grant them permission, and to also ensure that the materials that get generated out of these projects are being stored properly within our archives, and to help disseminate this research back to the communities and back to the relevant policymakers. And so, as part of our action works that we do at NICH, we facilitate workshops, conferences, such as the Belize National Research Conference. Right.
Going back to Professor, you mentioned that you're stationed now in Orange Walk. Are you doing studies here in Orange Walk based on the sugar industry? Talk to us more about that.
So one of my interests, theoretically, is what people know and how they share that information. And I'm also interested in conservation and environmental issues. And I have to tell you a quick story. So my first research was done in Madagascar. When I started talking with farmers about conservation, and they have huge deforestation issues there, when I asked them about how they felt about the forest and the wildlife, they said they loved it. They wanted the forest there. They said when the forest is cut down, it becomes drier and hotter. So they understood desertification that happens. And they said, we also love the natural resources that we get, that wild mushrooms and other things. But if it was between that patch of forest and feeding their family, they were going to cut down that patch of forest. And so I couldn't argue with that. I would do the same thing. Most people would do the same thing. And so I changed my research away from conservation towards community development and farming, because people can't worry about the environment. They can't worry about conservation. They can't worry about education, for that matter, of their children unless they have their basic needs met. So I switched my focus there. When I came to Belize, why Orange Walk? Is I wanted to bring students to a place that was safe, that spoke English, so that my students could talk with people and not have to have a translator. And so Belize came out as the top choice because it's nearby, it's safe in Orange Walk, and the majority of people speak English. And I chose the sugar industry because that's what's going on here. That's one of the major industries, the major way people are making a living.
But my question is, what exactly are you going to be studying in the sugar industry?
We partner with the Belize Sugar Cane Farmers Association, Progressive Sugarcane Producers Association, and SugarCity, and the Village Council, to collect information on what farmers think and know about sugarcane farming. So we get their perspective on sugarcane farming. And then we work with the associations to give them that knowledge so they know what farmers know. So for example, SugarCity does a lot of workshops, and they have all the latest technology, all the latest scientific knowledge.
Have you visited with them?
I have. But the farmers know a lot too. The farmers have been working a particular piece of land for perhaps generations. They know kind of the life history of that property. And so they have knowledge that's useful too. So I think it needs to be a two-way conversation between the farmers and the organizations that are helping them, and not top-down. So we gather that information also on education, healthcare. We're also partnering with the Community Museum in San Lazaro on traditional medicine. So we collect that information and see how that information is shared within the community, and then share it with our partners.
Before we go on, I'll tell you a little story as well now.
Okay.
My biology professor was, we used to call him Redhead because he was literally red. But he also did his studies in Madagascar. And for a while, we didn't want to hear anything about lemurs. Because he did his study on lemurs. And I go like, not again. You're not going to tell me when I heard you say about Madagascar. I said, not lemurs again, please.
No, I work with people. Lemurs are nice, but I work with people.
Okay, so how many students do you have?
This year I have 6. There are also 4 interns from the Institute of Social and Cultural Research for a total of 10. This is my 6th year bringing students, and I usually have between 7 and 10.
Okay. So are they all residing here in town? Okay, great. Well, when's the project beginning, or has it already begun?
Oh, it already began. We did interviews in San Pablo, also San Lazaro, and now we're in Yo Creek. We finish up interviews this year on Saturday.
So this serves as the students. I'm wondering what actually prompts them to come to study that kind of thing in a foreign country. Is it part of their curriculum, or talk to us more?
Yes, well, when the students come, you can ask them their viewpoint on it. But yes, it's this course counts towards their major requirements.
This counts towards their major requirements. Okay, good. Now, you are the professor of anthropology at NKU, and my question at this moment is, how long have you been doing this?
This is my 6th year bringing students to Belize.
6th year. Now I see in front of you a report on the ethnographic field school in Belize. That was every year you do one?
Yes. So we do a report. We give it to the Institute. We also give it to all of our community partners and to the chairman of every village that we visit. And we also have it freely available on our website.
What do you do with that information?
Well, we encourage the reading of research reports, and we are more now encouraging the participation actively of Belizeans in this field school, thanks to the cooperation of Dr. Hume. And so we need more researchers who are able to think creatively, to think methodologically about what communities know. They know their problems. In many cases, they know the solutions as well. We have to include them more in the process. And so we are building the process now for Belizeans to increase their skills in these types of areas of work. This year we have 4 Belizeans, and they come from different institutions, Galen University, the University of Belize, We have a participant who's attending Muffles College, and one who is attending the university in Quintana Roo.
That's what I wanted to go into.